Oh shit, we're live. But I should not be singing the sleep cheese to song. Anyways, people, deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning in. You know, obviously, make sure you're hitting the like button early doors. Get your opinions in relation to the transfer business. Obviously, I've just come off doing the Arsenal live stream. I appreciate you lot that have locked into this one. I thought let's have some fun, man. Let's speak about football on a more neutral topic or just neutral stuff. So yeah, any news coming through and players and speculation over clubs, let me know what's going on. Please make sure you're checking out the pinned message after this live stream. The last one of the day will be Italy versus Spain. Please make sure you set your reminders, hit the like button and all of them things on that. You know, obviously you hear about United in for Camavinga, PSG in for him now, Real Madrid in for him now, Pogba PSG, Danny Ings turning down deals. You know, TRINCAO's gone to Wolves, Junior FIRPO's gone to Leeds, Barcelona got some financial problems or something. So there's an interesting bits and pieces to speak about. On the topic of Barcelona, people, you know, I actually trying to find something. Where is it? Where is it, man? Because a lot of you were telling me about Barcelona's financial situation and how the man there are broke. So, oh, here it is. Shout out to me. This was actually meant to be part of the DG podcast. I apologize to anyone who was waiting on the DG podcast today. I can't lie to you lot, people. For the last 48 hours, there's just been nothing to talk about. There's been nothing. I could talk about the Euros, but we'll be there for 10 minutes, literally. What's this one? I don't know why it's called timestamps, but let's call it that anyways. And scroll down. So, folks, we're still here. Get your opinions in. Make sure you've hit that like button. I actually need to check if one of my other videos has been released as well, because we've got to stay on task. Get them in, people. Just as saying that, you know, I've got to make sure I've put the timestamps and all of those things in my last video. Who cares about you lot as much as me? You know, I could be one of these YouTubers that just say F it. If they want to watch, they want to watch. But I make sure you lot can watch specific bits and pieces, people. You know, no one else cares about you lot like that, you know. No one. You won't find someone like that. So hit them like buttons. If you haven't hit the sub button, I can't imagine you haven't. You know, you're here for life, but it's always possible. So yeah, make sure you've hit them like buttons and all those sort of things, folks. Obviously, make sure that other videos monetize, people, and I appreciate you lot. There's 108 of you locked in early doors. Can we get to 100 likes? I promise you, we're just going through some admin stuff. As you lot could see, this is real life we're living. We've just literally just come off a live stream. I've got to do this, people. So yeah, I'm actually done now. I lied to you lot. I have to copy and paste the timestamps into the comment section, and then literally we'll crack on. So yeah, get your opinions in, man. You know, please get your opinions in. No question is too stupid, and I'm relying on you lot, man. Any transfer stuff that's gone over my head, get in. While I'm entertaining Arsenal questions, can we try and be neutral? I know there's inevitably going to be Arsenal questions, but can we try? I know it's probably too much to ask for, but it is what it is in that regards. So yeah, man, let's go. Anyone disliking, hope your rent goes up by 2,000, bro. You get kicked out your yard, rude boy. I can't lie to you. I hope mummy gets kicked out her yard as well. I hope you get kicked out middle of the night before your mum or your girl has even put a wig on if you're being bad mind and tempting there. So it is what it is, man. What are you lot saying before we crack and gone hard with the thumbnail? Damn boy, look good at that fresh thumbnail. I can't claim credit. Saw it on YouTube. I mean Google. For let me add 2 little pieces to it. One day I'll be able to do them thumbnails myself. So it is what it is. Big up DG. Streams have been something to look forward to after work. Appreciate you, and I know it's not kind because you're in Australia. It's stupid o'clock, so I appreciate that. You know, what else you lot saying? Let's kick off with what you lot are saying. S is saying Barca are in the mud. Big up yourself, Omar. TB1 has said DG thoughts on Barca's situation where they can't put their new signings into the squad due to salary caps. Now that sets me up perfectly because where is it? I was seeing some stuff online. I think it was the Barcelona account, Total Barcelona. You know, one of them accounts that just does, you know, them good accounts there that do a good job of, you know, just covering everything with their club. And that's where I saw about this. That was a big inspiration in relation to doing this live stream. In fact, you lot worker, I sold you lot dreams about doing it yesterday. But as you lot can see here, Barca are broke. I don't know why I read that there, because my broker, Barca's broker, 2 different broken. But backstory for those who might not know what TB is allegedly referring to, and I might not explain this perfectly. And, you know, below, this is just random paragraphs really, but Barcelona still have to get rid of at least 10 players to be able to register Leo Messi in La Liga, with players like Umtiti refusing to leave, and Dembele's offers disappearing after his injury. The only solution would be to sell Griezmann or Sergio Roberto. The club will tell Griezmann that their intention is to sell him in the next few hours. There are some clubs already interested in him already. Griezmann has offers from 2 English clubs. Atletico Madrid are also keeping track of the situation. Sergio Roberto's 2-year renewal should be announced in the next few days. The player did not accept the 1-year deal originally, but has been forced to accept the lowest offer with a reduced salary. Barca have also put Griezmann on the market as his sale is key to reduce the massive wage bill and allows them to announce Messi's renewal. As of now, a return to Juventus for Pjanic is not a possibility. So it's peak right now. And one of you lot said, I think it might have been S or someone else, but Matheus Pereira. No, not Mateos. A guy they signed for about 7 million in January 2020. They've cancelled his deal. So we know they're broke, innit? Maybe ask Messi to re-sign on renewed deals. But again, when you think of Barcelona, you think of incompetence. For years, they got away with it. You know, how many times would we look at Barca and say, why are they always signing these rubbed players or doing these rubbed things? The squad's a mess. You know, in relation to who's interested in Griezmann, I'm not sure, man. I think PSG, if you're going for Pogba, you got Neymar, you got Mbappe, I think you might as well get Griezmann as well. Low key, I know it wasn't a tournament to remember for Griezmann or France, but I think he had a good tournament for France. I would love him at Arsenal. It says 2 English clubs. I'd love it to be Arsenal. Personally, I think it's Chelsea. I think Chelsea's one, and I'd probably say City. You can never rule out Liverpool. United are historically linked with him. I don't think United have a need to go for him. Obviously, he can play behind the striker, but or he can play up front. But you know, there's a different. You're kind of struggling for balance at United. Then you've got Cavani, you've got Greenwood, you know, you've got Martial on paper, you've got Sancho, you got, you know, you can fit him in. Rashford, you can fit him in, but I don't know if United are gonna go for him really and truly. Obviously, Dembele is injured. I would take Griezmann at Arsenal. I don't care about his age and them things there. I would take him. I think he's an absolute baller. Where Barcelona are concerned, clearly, my guy TB, to answer your question, it's a mess. You can't announce the renewal of your man's deal, you know, and probably PSG and City are probably monitoring this situation and saying, yo, you know what, leave that, man. The only thing I've learned is that Messi is an extreme capper. It's like a girlfriend that says, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave you. No, I'm really going to do it. He never left. You know, you was close to leaving. You know, you stopped replying to calls. You want to stay at your friend's house, but you ultimately stayed. Messi's capping. For what it's worth, it's a good offer, allegedly. It includes a chairman, sort of, not a chairman, an ambassador sort of off-field role after his career is done and things. And, you know, you could ask Messi to accept reduced terms, but it is what it is. Personally, if Spurs can get Pjanic, I know they're in Europe, you know, Conference League. I think Arsenal have a chance. I would love Pjanic. You know, it seems like Juventus are not in for him. I would move for Pjanic. You know, we could meet them there. Wouldn't mind taking him Titi on loan. I know there's an issue with his injuries, which is why I said loan. So it's a mess. What can you say other than it's a mess? Because Barcelona still probably need to bring players in. It's an absolute mess. You know, they brought the pay. They can't announce the pay or Eric Garcia or Messi's renewal until they deal with this. Sergio Roberto, they signed a new deal. Is that to protect his value? Who can really be sold from this Barca team? Like, let's look at Barcelona. They do need to rebuild that squad. Oh, what we should have done. Better yet, just clicked here, innit? You know, it's a culmination of terrible things from them. No, man, I don't want that. No, man, just leave me alone. I don't want no cookies. Let me scroll in because I don't know what that is. It's not being nice to you at all. 152 of you locked in. Please make sure you're hitting that like button, folks. You look at their squad. Like I always say, you don't get here overnight. You don't, you know. Again, Neto, I don't know who would be their second and third choice if he goes, but probably need to move him on. Lynette, you know, you could probably move him on, but in a COVID market, who's going to play significant sums for him? They brought in Garcia. Minguesa's decent. You know, PK's probably got a year, 18 months max left. Jordi Alba's getting on. You can't really move him on. MTT's got 2 years left on his deal. You lot need to move him on more than he needs to move. So there's an issue in that regard. Sergio Dest is finding his feet. It does look like they're going to sell Emerson Royal. Sergio Roberto could be moved on. Busquets, you probably need to keep for next year. You're not selling him. Probably could sell him. Probably need to sell Alanya permanently. Something needs to be happening there. This is the man that needs to be moved on, you know. getting rid of Coutinho either on loan or permanently could significantly help them in their quest. Suddenly if you get rid of Griezmann and Coutinho, you're where you need to be. Coutinho in particular. They've brought in the pay. They clearly need to clip Braithwaite as well. What? Braithwaite's from Guyana as well. Swear down. I never knew that. I know it's technically South America, but what? You got Caribbean in you. Might have to start calling you the best ever in the world. Sorry, people. I'm going off task here. Maybe they're like, maybe transfer market is lying. Transfer market is lying. Wow. A guy and his father. Shout out to Braithwaite. Man like Braithwaite, Where does it say that though? Bro. Swear down. Shout out to you, my guy. Shout out to you. Wow, you married a rich French woman as well. But staying on task, people. Staying on task. Sorry. You can sell several. The ones that probably need to go shouldn't be sold. And yeah, man, so that means they can't announce Garcia, Depay, Aguero, Messi's renewal until you deal with things. And it'll probably take the whole summer to sell Coutinho, unless a club like Everton. I don't even think Arsenal are that stupid. I'd entertain Coutinho on loan, but I don't even think Arsenal are that stupid. So there's a bit of a problem in there. I can't see how they get over it. I would take Pjanic and Griezmann off their hands, people. I can't lie to you. Who would you lot take, people? If they want to give Maribi or Asu Fati, why not? But you can't just sell, man. You need people that have significant outlays, Umtiti, Coutinho, Sergio Roberto, potentially Griezmann. These are guys with significant, that are taking up significant fees. So they're the ones that probably need to be moved on. Barcelona are broke. I want Pjanic, man. I would love Griezmann, but again, I'm interested because again, would he go live? How old is Griezmann? Like 29? Would it make sense to go Liverpool? You've got Mane and Salah that are already aging. You'd fit in. United, he would fit in, but does it make sense? Arsenal, you'd fit in, and we need you, but it don't make sense. We ain't got Europe. City could buy you for no reason. It said 2 English clubs. There might be a next club, like a Everton or something that are interested, or maybe even Villa trying to shock the world with something. You hear their owners the third richest. Things can happen, people. But as Essa said, fundamentally, Barca are in the mud right now. It's a bit mad. A club like Barcelona ran as a joke. You don't get that. Same with my club, Arsenal. You don't get to this stage overnight having to do things. You can't renew. You can't announce deals because you need to get rid of, man. You don't get there overnight. It's continuous terrible choices, Even that, I'm not saying bringing in Aguero is a good decision or a bad one. Same with Suarez. But as an outsider, you got rid of Suarez. You said he was finished. Then you're bringing in Aguero. Forget that. You sold Suarez or got rid of Suarez. He went and bullied the league and won the title. So it's not really making sense. It's not really making any damn sense, really and truly. So we'll have to see what happens in that regards, man. What else are you guys saying, man? Love for that TV. Keep them coming. We should just lowball for Pedro de Jong because they need money desperately. They're not selling Pedri. You have more of a chance of getting de Jong. But yeah, man. Run up the like as you're waiting, DG work rate coming like Kante 16, 17. Fair play. I'm trying to think. Bro, should we get into Pogba now? Brother, Pogba at PSG would be a madness. Like for me, it's not even the ability. It's not even the ability of Pogba. It's suddenly you've got Ronaldo, you've got Pogba, you've got Ramos, you've got Neymar, you've got bare leaders now. That's something they've lacked. You saw the way they went out of the cup, the Champions League, bro. They went out like a bunch of, pardon my language, pussios. Like, man are moaning at each other. Di Maria's being a little girl and getting sent off unnecessarily, disrespecting his teammates. We know they've got talent. They've got a manager that clearly can do the tactic thing, but and add Marquinhos into the mentality thing as well. They need the mentality. They need that extra oomph. And I think if I was them, I'd go for Varane as well. I know he's getting United, but I think Ramos and Marquinhos, that's clutch. You've got Ronaldo who's done his thing at Liverpool. You'd have Pogba in the mix, and you've got Verratti who's been around the block. Pogba and Neymar, forget football. Just imagine the drip. Imagine the videos and whatnot. Pogba needs to go to PSG or Madrid, or he needs to get out of United. I think he could still have success at United, but it's just with Pogba, it never feels long lasting. It feels like, and you support United, it feels like he's one of them. It's a bit like Ozil, man. Just too many people have made their beds up. I'm not talking about the people who like Pogba, but understand he might not have hit targets or he's just played badly in whatever game. There's people that love him, but will say the same. Or people that don't like him, but give him his fair credit. He's one of these players that you either love him or you do not like him, really. And I find it a bit, I would like him to leave because he's just they act like he's a rapper in that. And you know, I've never seen a man get in trouble for dancing at a family wedding. All he does is dance, play a little basketball, do his football, and people act like he's out there murdering stuff. And this level of scapegoatism, and I just think at 30, I wouldn't be on it. I'd want to stay at United if I hear Camavinga's landing, Sancho. I'm sure there's a bunch of other plans. I'm not gonna lie, at 30, money's important. If they give me a decent wage, I'm on it. But at 30, I think you've tried the United thing. You could leave with your head held high. You've won a trophy. Obviously, it's not the Prem. I just think he needs to leave, man. I don't think he's... it's only in this country. Not everyone, but it's only in this country, man, don't respect Paul Pogba. And I think Pogba's one of those players. He's not going to... You know, he's not going to do the Gerrard thing, like just a mediocre players, just drag them alone, or the Grealish at Villa thing. He's not going to do that. You know, he needs to be around elite talents. And I just think in his homeland, at PSG, that's where he's going to get it. Same way I would if I'm him. Real Madrid asks you, go. Barcelona, we just spoke about, it's a bit mad. I'd go. It'd be fantastic link up. And again, Pogba's a leader. You know, Champs, when they went out against the Swiss, it looked like at a point, he's saying, Pogba, I saw your clips online, bro. Talk to the players. I don't know what I'm doing here. You know, it would be amazing. It'd be and at 30, you know, it's a good move. I don't know what United are going to do, because you can't spend 100 odd million on Pogba and risk losing him for free. I don't think they're going to lose him for free. It's interesting because I don't know what's going on with Pogba, really. Obviously, right now, he probably just needs to just cool off, you know, take a break from football and come back. But it would be a fantastic signing. And for me, listen, we could talk about Paul Pogba's ability all day, but it's the mentality thing. Suddenly, as I said, when you've got Neymar, Pogba, hopefully Mbappe stays, but I don't really have Mbappe down as the mentality leader sort of guy, sort of thing. So let's leave him out. Pogba, Ronaldo, Neymar, Ramos, Marquinhos. I'm probably missing out an X-Man. That is elite. That can help you get Champions League, together with Poch needing to do the tactics thing, which something that Thomas Tuchel's got at Chelsea, but I felt he lacked. They could do that. Equally, if Pogba doesn't go PSG, I think he stays at United, because it don't look like Barca have the bread. I don't know if Madrid are going to go for him. He's historically linked with them. He's linked with a move back to Juventus with Allegri. I don't know if that's something he wants to do, but I just feel at 30, he needs to go enjoy football, man. He's all playing left. You know what? He does fit. He was fitting in off the left at United, but I'd want to leave, man. There's too much skate. He can't do anything right. Even when he was, I swear he had a decent end to the season. He can't do anything right, really and truly. So I would just leave, man. You know, as you lot know, when you sign someone like Paul Pogba, people think unless you're getting 20 million goals, 20 million assists, you're a flop, which I don't think he's a United flop. Has it worked the way we thought? He's going to win a title there at the Premier League? Of course not. But you can't say Pogba's not a good footballer. You can't say he's been a flop. That's just me. I think it would be elite, though. And obviously, you know, for United, it gives them, I guess it would give them a free run at Camavinga. You're hearing Camavinga's wanted by Real Madrid, Chelsea, Real Madrid, PSG, United, Arsenal were linked to at 30 million euros. We know that's what's in it. We know that's not going to happen, but one can hope. That would be a good signing. The problem is for United, it's a question of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's all, sorry, my guy. I forgot to make a separate timestamp. Camavinga, Premier League interest. Sorry, my guy, just making a timestamp. But as I was saying, I would be happy to be a United fan. You know, you've got Diallo, whether he needs to go out on loan is another thing. You've got Greenwood, you know, if Camavinga comes, you got him. You got Sancho, who's a veteran compared to a couple of them, but he's still young. I think Rashford is the one that needs a lot of work, because I love Marcus Rashford. He's just very brainless as a footballer, and I don't think his footballing IQ is of the way it should be at his age. I think he's a bit brainless. Nonetheless, you've got him. That's about 5 names I've said, and you lot can. I sorry, my guy, I've had your comment here for a while. Still, 232 hit the like button. That's a lot of players with potential. But as you know me, I'm passionate about this potential word. Potential is one thing. They've all got it. How are you going to realize that? Is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Is he able to do that? Because you've had it before. Luke Shaw, Paul Pogba, Martial to this day, where I should have said it. Potential is just potential. How do you realize it? Obviously, it's down to the player, but you probably need a manager to get it out. I'm sure there's a lot of weaknesses in Jadon Sancho's game, whether he's played on the left or the right. How are you going to make him develop more? Because United, obviously, he's a terrific player if he doesn't develop now, but United never bought him at 21 years of age to stay like this. He wants to develop, you know, and I think Jadon will be all right. He's coped with a lot of pressure. I think he'll be all right. Camavinga, the same. But Camavinga last season didn't have the best of seasons. He was completely anonymous against Chelsea. Didn't have the best of seasons for Rennes, similar to what you lot say about our. Maybe it's because he wanted to leave or whatever. But my point is Oli, I know Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a good guy to put arms around guys. Is he the right man to help develop these guys? Because you have them, resale value, all of that. It's wavy. It is what it is. Apparently Real Madrid are onto him as well. And apparently the 30 million stuff is was as well. So we'll have to see. Let me type in Camavinga's name. 30 million, despite the fact that he's only got 1 year left, is a problem. What's going on here? For what it's worth, though, apparently Rio Ferdinand's warned them against it. What? If anyhow, he has said buy Declan Rice instead of Eduardo Camavinga. Boy. For what it's worth, though, let's look at this. Manchester United legend Rio Ferdinand has claimed that Eduardo Camavinga may not be the ideal target for the club and back to move for Declan Rice. Instead, two different sorts of midfielders. Two very different sorts of midfielders. Camavinga has emerged as a target for Manchester United this summer as he enters the final 12 months of his contract with Rennes. Let me scroll a bit down. Rice is being linked with Chelsea and United. Let's scroll a bit down. I want to see to exactly what has been said. I've not seen enough of him, if I'm honest. I've seen a bit of him, his debut against PSG where he got man of the match. Talent, obviously. Is he going to come in and affect the team right away and now become a star? Or is he going to come in and be a bit like Ahmad, who comes in for 40 million and is nowhere near the 11? Yes and no. I think he's definitely ahead of Ahmad. But what you don't want to do is just throw Camavinga in. In many ways, he shows you he's not the average 18-year-old. You saw his France debut. You saw how he played not last season, the season before. In many aspects, you need to remember he is an 18-year-old. And United is not the United of Sir Alex Ferguson. I look around, I don't really see the figures. So it might not be an ideal one. We have to curb the expectation. But if you have a chance to get Camavinga at a discount, you do it. You fucking do it. Pardon my language, because this guy is going to be elite if he isn't already. He is a wonder of a left foot. He's more skillful than people give him credit for. He box to box. He does put in a shift defensively. Still needs to develop physically and stuff and showing that consistency. But what do you expect at 18 years of age? The problem, as I said, with United, you've got a bunch of people that are potential, and they're not realizing it, or it doesn't look like they're taking inroads. So you're adding more. Obviously, you need to take the pressure off him, but it'd be a good signing. You either sign him now, in my opinion, or 2 years from now, this same Rio Ferdinand's going to say, oh my God, we should have moved for him when we had the chance. I understand if they want Declan Rice, a bit more of a composing figure, a bit more of a tackler and things like that. But how much is Declan Rice? You're hearing 60, 80. I'd rather go for Camavinga or something like that, if I'm completely honest with you. For me, I've got to be honest, footballing ability, Camavinga / Rice are fantastic players. You can see the potential a mile off, but Rice brings character. I'm sorry, but so does Camavinga. I'm not doubting Rice, but so does Camavinga. You don't start for Rennes. You don't boss PSG. You don't play the amount of times you've played in Liga if you ain't got mentality. Mentality isn't just running around and jumping in tackles and, all of this stuff that gets praised in the Prem. He's got mentality. He's still a young man. If you do it, you do it. And Rennes have to make a decision. They have to make a decision. But that's what Rio Ferdinand has said, people. Let's see what else, man. And he's, and the one thing is, I don't think he's going for 30 million for what it's worth. And if he does, bro, there's going to be a big contract agent fee to pay because his agent's the same as Bells, Mount and Grealish. And do you remember on my live stream a couple thingies ago, he said that Camavinga will be leaving in the summer. Like, don't even know if I've spelt Donny's name right, but we'll get to that in a sec, man. But that's that in relation to Camavinga, man. I think it'd be stupid for them not to move for him, really. I'd love him at Arsenal, definitely for 30 million euros. Like I said, we need to call Arsene Wenger, get Arsene Wenger over there, get him to tap him up and do them French little whispering the French words to him. Tell him Arsenal's the place to be for you. You stay here for 2 years, bro. 2-3 years. You can leave with your head held high to Madrid and that. But for what it's worth, I think it's between United and Madrid. I actually think United are going to get it, and I think it'd be a good signing. But it's a shame in the Premier League. People just see, you're 18, French international, you're a baller, go and work your magic. People don't care about development. That's the reality of it. People don't care. People do not care. It's sad. Very sad, but it's the way the world works, isn't it, really and truly? Nonetheless, clearly I'm a fan of Camavinga. Bro, man's a baller, man. If we sign Camavinga, Sancho, and Varane, that's probably the best window I've ever seen from my team. Probably, you bet against it. You can't bet against it, really. The downfall of Barcelona is beautiful to see. That's not nice. That's not nice, bro. Pogba and Verratti in the midfield is a cheat code. Then you got Neymar dropping deep. Then you got Mbappe making runs. Then you've got Hakimi there going forward at right back. It's a myth. Absolute myth for the opposition. Absolute myth, Villa have pulled out of a Papa Matasar deal as Mets want 20 million plus. Negotiation suspended. Give them what they want. Give them what they want. Hit the like button, but give them what they want for that Sar guy. He is a baller. Give them what they want. Telling you, 20 million will be cheap. Give them what they want, man. Bro, but I like Declan Rice, but you see them things there, it makes you rub these players out. It's like, bro, Rice is, I'm not being funny, the prices that West Ham want for Rice, it's a myth. It's an absolute myth, bro. Like, man, I'm not trying to pay 60, 70. That's a myth. You're putting me in problems. Man said Pogba or Kevin on form. I'm more of a Pogba fan still, but I would say Kevin, because that man's different with it. I'd say Kevin still. I want to say Pogba, but I feel like I'm lying to you. Like, I'm more of a Pogba fan. You offer me both of them, I'm going with PP. But yeah, man. Man said this guy's work rate is something else. Big up DG. Of course it is, man. We have to work hard in this life or we don't get what we need or want. Yeah, man. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. There's only 98 likes and there's 300 odd of you locked in. Please make sure you're here for the Italy versus Spain game. I've dropped the link in the comments. Keep your opinions coming. Pogba's only 28. Time to get these trophies. Now 30, bro. It's mad. They're unconscious bias, bro. And you see the thing with Pogba, yeah? Why I want him to go? Because these people in England or English football fans, they don't understand there's different ways of leading. Unless you're, like I said, beating off your chest and moving mad, that's not leading. People don't have an appreciation for other things, really and truly. Needs to bust out, man. And like I said, the bans, bro. The bans. Pogba will run his contract down and join Real Madrid on a free next season. For some reason, I think he's going to sign a deal, bro. I think he's going to sign a deal. I can't lie. I think he's going to sign it. I can't lie. Pogba seems a bit volatile. Like, he's a bit like Messi, man, in that he will say, I want to leave, I want to leave. You get him in the room, you gas him up. You say, we're going to do this, that, and the other. He's signing it, man. That's just me. Deluded, what's your thoughts on Griezmann and Dembele's racial incident? Again, without sounding ignorant, I haven't actually did my research, but allegedly they're catching heat for either mocking people of Asian origin or something like that. Obviously, if they're doing that, that has no place in this thing. The book should be thrown at both of them. And for Griezmann, you did blackface, now you did this. Probably need a slap in your face, really. You know, racism has no place, as we know, people. You know, whether you're white, black, Asian, whatever you are, man, woman, there's no need to discriminate against people. And footballers need to do a bit better. And yeah, if the book is thrown at them, they've got no excuses for what's going on, man. Is what it is. Oh gosh, DG, Pjanic is a player, but where Xhaka steps in and fouls, Pjanic just steps to the side and yells, "Look out!" No clue what you're on about, but I'll take your word for it, man. Make sure you're hitting the like button. We should have 180 likes easily. I appreciate that. And for United, if they were to sign Pogba and then sell, sign these men and sell Pogba, I wouldn't say it's a step backwards, but it is where it is. I just think you need Pogba, man. I just think, you know, there's been too many sticks to beat Pogba with. And you know me, I hate fans doing this rivalry thing. Arsenal fans do it. They did it Lacazette versus Aubameyang. I'm pretty sure a United fan will probably say with Bruno Fernandes's form, yeah, people are saying, why couldn't Pogba do that? And I just feel, not to criticize Bruno Fernandes, I just feel with the Euros, you see what the difference between high IQ and low IQ. You know, Rashford struggles whenever he comes off the bench for England. As much as I love him, he hasn't got a footballing IQ. Bruno Fernandes struggled for Portugal. The footballing IQ ain't there. In the Prem, you can scumbag couple goals and get away with it. It don't happen at the top level. You know, apologies, people. One sec. Yeah, it happens. Oh, what is? Fucking blood fire. Wow. Hey, man. English weather is bipolar as hell, people. I'm still here, man. It's raining and that. But like I said, people don't, I don't think people in England or English football fans, we say we like individualism, but then we look at them with robots. We have a tick box. Oh, he doesn't scream, so he doesn't have passion. You know, we don't know these players. Some men are leaders, like they can take crap teams, 10 other crap players and pull them through. Some people like Pogba and Ozil, they need kind of guys to be levels with them, and then they can show their quality. Couple man just can't be at that, you know. It is what it is. I can't lie. Hey, Alexander, that Pjanic slander was appalling, my guy. What's your problem with Pjanic, man? Pjanic is someone I wanted from his Lyon days, man. I can't lie to you, so I'll accept that in that, man. Pogba wants to go to Real. They're like most European clubs are broke, to be fair, which probably makes the transfer thing free transfer. Pogba would be a king in Paris. Look how they treat their players. Fact, that squad would be smoky settings. They still probably bottle Europe though. I can't lie to you lot. I wouldn't be angry if Pogba left because I love the player and he should do it for his career. He's 30, man. He's got to make something happen, bro. He's got to make something happen, bro. He's either United. I've either got to say to him, listen, this is what we're doing, and then it's down to him to sign that deal, but he needs to leave, man. I just don't like to see people scapegoated, and pardon me, I don't like when he plays well, it's like the media and everyone, they're slow to praise a man. When he does something bad, quote unquote, you know, man are vocal, and I don't believe that. Even me, I don't rate Southgate, but I'm very loud with praising Southgate because I was loud with condemning him. You can't get at a man loudly and praise him quietly. You need the same energy and fair play and things. There's nothing wrong with Pogba over Kevin De Bruyne or Kevin De Bruyne over Pogba. There's many things I like more in Kevin's game than Pogba and vice versa. Like personally, I like Kevin De Bruyne's dribbling better than Pogba's. I like the way Pogba carries a ball better than Kevin. I actually like the way Pogba passes a bit better. In terms of the consistency of pass, I prefer Kevin's because Kevin is going to do that ball 9 out of 10 times it's happening. Pogba, I don't quite think it's going to be there. But Pogba switches it up. Kevin's a bit on the spam thing, if that makes sense. Two quality players, man. And then it makes me think, wow, them man there got that. We got El Nene. Shout out to my guy El Nene. I didn't mean to give him a straight, but it is what it is, man. A man said, I'll sell family members to bring Pogba to Arsenal. I can't lie. Man are on snaking their family, you know. That's how deep it is. I'll do a lot, but not that still. No funny boy stuff. And that's the things I would not be on, man. Oh, yep, cool. I thought I did not do this, but I actually did do it. Shout out to DG. I've done the timestamps and all those sort of things. Sorry, people. I'm going to be back. I can't lie. This rain is moving mad. I can hear it. It's putting me off. Jesus. Anyways, man, 324 of you locked in. I appreciate you lot. A man said, I want Pogba at City. He'd bang there, but it'd be mad. He'd be mad. Pogba at Chelsea would bang as well, but serious question marks if he does this. He's good, but he's inconsistent. Can he be considered world-class? I think that world-class, he's a world-class talent. I'll give him that. I don't think there's many world-class players out there, really. But on his day, yeah, if he bosses out, he can. When he's around serious things, there's no doubt about it. But yeah, you could say sometimes I think he's been a lot of it has been Pogba's inconsistency. Sometimes I don't think a man's been inconsistent. He's just being scapegoated, and the team he's been is a mess. But class never leaves you. Pogba's a world-class talent without a doubt, man. Without a doubt, man. Most talent in the Prem, I'd have to sit down and think. He's defo up there. I'd have to think. Then again, he could do everything, man. You know, if Pogba was about 5'7", he'd get more ratings, man. Bro, Real just capping, man. Like, Real just loves capping, bro. Real's just with the inting, and this is what I'm saying. I said that Camavinga's defensive stats last season very impressive. I mean, it doesn't matter who was world class before some. I'm pretty sure Salah was slept on before a lot of man, but fair play. Oh, Rice was fitting straight away, but then when he fits in, and they say, you know, in the England team, you're seeing his deficiencies. When Rice goes in, they're saying he can't play ball and that. It's an issue, you know. I'm not. I like Rice, but United can't just sign a man because he tackles, bro. Like, because you can't just sign a man because that's a given for a midfielder. Man have to be able to tackle. You know, apart from I like him, but what is he? You know, apart from being British and you can't underestimate that playing for United, because let's be fair, United, you've had a lot of average players when you were winning titles, but they did well. But man can't just tackling is not good enough. Well, you can't play 60 million for someone that tackles. I think Declan Rice is a better ball player than people give him credit for. And I think if he was to, more so if he went to a Chelsea and worked under Tuchel, he would kind of get that Kante treatment, in that you need to be able to offer a bit more on the ball. But 60 million for tackling, basically, I wouldn't, it'd be a bit dead, really. It'd be one for the top Reds and the passion merchants, but it's dead, man. EG, do you think he'll be able to play as a holder? I reckon he could convert into that role similar to Fernandinho when Pep landed at City. Are you talking about Pogba? He need to be a lot more disciplined. Yeah, I mean, you could say Vieira, sorry, or Roy Keane would get the best out of him. You look at that semi-final; he played amazing. Then he lost a stupid ball in the midfield, and you know what happened next. So it is what it is, man. Abdullah DG, do you reckon we're gonna cop Haaland or Lukaku? Abdullah, are you an Arsenal fan? If you're an Arsenal fan, myth. If you're speaking about Chelsea, I think they got a good chance of getting Lukaku. Oh, you're doing Pogba a bit dirty about 20. They're both good, man. I'll go to war for it, but I ain't going to war for no youth with blonde highlights. Well, I can't lie, but I would love him at the club, man. I would love him at the club. Would you take Pjanic? Mo, I said that I want Pjanic, bro. Badly want Pjanic, but what I want and what happens are two different things, man. DG, would you erase your screamer goal from history if it meant Pogba would join United? Wouldn't I? Wouldn't? Nah, 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 man. DG thing. Come on now, man. Come on now, man. Nah, I think that's what I said. I think Mbappe, man said Mbappe. I think Kevin De Bruyne is a better dribbler. I think Pogba's a better carrier with a ball. And they're similar, but there's a very big difference, man. If you was at work and see guys like Fred starting instead of you handing your notice ASAP, that's dead, man. That's dead. That's dead. That's dead. Hey, someone hooping you. What are they talking about? Pogba's 29, I mean 30 on the chat. Well, yeah, he's 28. My part bad for spreading fake news. But anyways, 28, 30, he's 29 next year. He's got to get it on, man. You know, United, what sort of deal would Pogba get? He'd probably be an exception to the rule. You'd probably give him a 4-year deal. But is that the smarter thing to do? I don't know. I really don't know. E.g., it was bad. The Greasy and O's video, not only racist, but they were also just being total rich D-bags and saying things like, I thought this was a developed country. Hurry up so we can play FM. I mean, that's a bit of a cunt, innit? You know, that's not nice. And again, pussy old antics, really. That's, we don't want to hear that. That's just very snooty, man. And that's not what football's about. And I must admit, when you start to learn, that's why I don't really like Peter Schmeichel. I don't like John Terry. Don't really like Griezmann now, anyways. And Dembele, these sort. When you sort of see into their character, is it Carl Henry when you started telling us about his voting things and whatnot? Interesting though. Any other transfer news though? We got DG from Qatar. What is your stand on Willock? My stand on Willock, I'm open to everything for Joe Willock. He's allowed to leave, he's allowed to stay, he's allowed to go out on loan. If you offer me 30 million, he's gone. A big part of what we do with Joe, whether he's good or not, is what we do in the other market, bro. Like, I'm not saying Pogba can't beat a man, bro. You're not listening to me. Pogba can beat a man. Kevin De Bruyne can carry it. I just feel Pogba is a better carrier, raw carrier of a football. Like, he can get it and you can't stop him. I think for me, Kevin is a better dribbler. They're very similar, but that's just what I feel, man. If you was to scrutinize it, there's things Pogba clears him at, there's things Kevin clear him at. I don't think it's a thing where you can just look at it on a fanboy thing. Rice has the potential to be molded into a Jorginho and Kante mixture. I think McTominay is better though. McTominay is not better than Rice. And Rice is better on the ball than people give him credit for, but it would take a lot for him to be like Jorginho, and that's not even Declan Rice's strength. You could argue basically, Calvin Phillips is a more progressive passer right now in the England team. In like Rice, you see the low IQ, you can't really get away with that. And I can't lie, I hear he's be a good signing for Chelsea and United, but I can't lie, I wouldn't, even though I would love it if both clubs did it, I don't think you should be spending 50, 60 million on someone that's primarily just going to win a ball back. Like, bro, it's like when we praise midfielders for running about, bro. It's like, what's going on there? There's a problem, surely. You should be able to run about. That's telling lies. Kevin can dribble when there's no space. You couldn't get the ball off Kevin in a phone box. There's no need to tell lies, man. But I reckon the opinions, big up the opinions, man. I've offered my opinions on the Messi thing. How do you feel about the Messi situation? Barca might not clear enough wages. Bro, it's peak. It's peak. Trust, I don't think he could do that Jorginho role. DG, should we go for the Atlanta striker, Joseph Martinez? Nope, don't like him. What were your thoughts on Wolves loaning Francisco TRINCAO? Think he struggles a bit physically. Might struggle in the Prem physically. Other than that, he's a baller. I think the Barcelona move came too early. I don't think you can turn down Barcelona, but I think it came too early. Obviously, we've spoken about Barcelona allegedly broke and struggling, so it made a lot of sense. But I think he's a good signing. He's someone I wanted Arsenal to sign. You know, he's on loan with an option to buy. I think he could be a good player. Only time will tell if it will go from just being a good player on name to actually doing the business. But you can imagine everything set up for him to do well at Wolves. You know, there's a bunch of Portuguese man there. You know, you've got Pedro Neto there. I think he'll be a good signing. The only question mark I'd say is physically. How I'm keen to see how he adapts to this thing physically. But good signing, man, exciting player. And if I'm a defender, you don't want to be 1v1 versus him, in my opinion. FIRPO to Leeds. Thoughts, Daniel? Big up yourself. Wanted him when he was at Betis. Was that the team before Barca? Because I did a video on him. Yeah, we wanted him. You know, he's gone a bit off the ball a bit. I think it's a good signing. I swear Leeds have signed someone else. Jack Harrison permanently. They've signed FIRPO. They've definitely signed someone else, or they're going for that Cunha guy allegedly. That's at the playing in Germany. That would be a good sign. And I think FIRPO would relish it. You know, I think he's set up to play under Bielsa's sort of football. And you know, I think he's a good fullback. He provides width. He probably needs to improve a lot 1v1. But you know, you've got a good defensive system at Leeds. You improve people 1v1. Bielsa's a madman when it comes to analytics. So you know, he probably knows what Junior needs to improve better than himself. So I think it should be a good signing, and it'll be one that can get him back on the ball, because you know his football stock's probably at its lowest since he's joined Barca. So I think he'll be a good signing for you lot, man, and a good, assuming he plays left back, a better signing than Alioski, a good Alioski replacement if that's that. So I think he'll have it there, man. And obviously, you know, he's a Spanish speaker. Bielsa speaks Spanish. There's a couple other Spanish and whatnot speakers and them things there. So everything's set up to be good. I think it's going to be a good signing for Leeds, really. And it's someone I would have liked to have, you know, him and Tierney potentially compete with each other for that first team spot. But, you know, shout out to you lot. Good signing, really. That's all I can say, really. Keep them coming, though, folks, man. We've kind of spoken about Declan Rice. You know, let me go back / Rice opinion. Rice to United / Chelsea / Man City. Might have to do these more often, people. It's quite refreshing. Would you take 40 for Smith Rowe? Probably not. Bro, Jorginho's elite, bro. That's why we can't be saying McTominay, bro. And this is what I mean. That's another one. You know, people can see what Jorginho does at Chelsea, but now everybody's acting like it's a completely different man playing in Italy. But because he's not getting mad goals and assists, and he's not them sort of midfielders there's an issue. That's the problem, I think, fans in England fail to understand. If you're not a midfielder that's getting up there and scoring mad goals, you know, look how long it's taking, man, to understand Bruno Fernandes is a bit handicapped with a lot, man. Bro, why can't people just enjoy two-class players instead of comparing them? Pogba and Kevin are both good. They are good. But I think as long as it's healthy, you can compare and contrast and celebrate their differences. You know, it's just when you do the fanboy thing is when there's an issue. And that's where we're at with football, man. What's your thoughts on Ashley Young? Free transfer to Villa? Mentality, innit? Good signing mentally, especially if you're trying to sign a couple other players and, you know, go with respect to Aston Villa, go from a mid-table club to forcing the issue. He's a good experienced guy to have around the block, so it'd be good there, man. What's your thoughts on Vieira coaching at Palace? Bro, he's thrown in at the deep end. Now we're going to see if you're a good manager or not. Hopefully he takes a couple of Arsenal youngsters. Feel a bit sorry for him because, you know, I don't know if they've renewed deals, but almost half of the squad, deals are running out. Half of them are old. Really, half of them are not really good enough, or the majority are not good enough. I would say to Vieira, listen, to Zaha, listen, I don't care if you want to leave. If you sort out the move, cool, but you're not leaving, you know, but you've got a player that wants to leave. So he's thrown in at the deep end, regardless of who the manager is going to be. If Crystal Palace did not help that person out with signings, their peak, bro, their peak is peak, you know, like, staying away from relegation has to be the priority with Palace at this moment in time. Would you give up Emil Smith Rowe plus cash for Grealish if Villa are ever stupid enough to entertain that? Yeah, but that's where it's done. Kieran Tierney, future captain. Be honest, what was your views on Tierney before he joined Arsenal from Celtic? I think you can see my tweets. I wanted him, and now I've got him. Mentality is elite. You know, should be the captain. You know, trust me. Shout out to FIRPO, first of Dominican Republic descent in the Premier League. Giovanni, you've been missing still. Need to see a bit more from Sargent of Bremen before I buy him. You know, I like his work rate and that. Not really there, man. A man said we have a Spanish coach with no Spanish buying connects. What's Arteta's use for these man? Bro, I can't really look at that. I've done a video on Ravello. So yeah, he is one to look at. Is this the year Leeds and Wolves end the year on the other side of the table, 5th to 10th? I don't know, man, because I feel Wolves weren't really quite at it as much as they've been last season. I think Leeds can do it, but with Leeds, it's admirable that they only play one way. But I'm sure Leeds fans would admit, you know, sometimes there's got to be other ways of doing things. So I'd back Leeds more than Wolves, but because I've said that, probably Wolves now, really. Yeah, man. Mo, of course. Mo, of course. Of course. I wanted him when Tushimani was at Bordeaux. Oh, almost dropped stuff. Have it there, man. You do need to do more neutral streams, DJ. I will, man. As long as there's big up everyone hitting in here, hit the like button. As long as there's something to talk about and you man want it, we'll do what we can in it. It's as simple as that, man. What 143 likes. Let's get towards 200 people, please. And make sure you've set your reminders for all the other content to come, starting with Italy versus Spain later today, man. Who else works this hard, man? Where do you see Harry Kane next season in the Premier League? I'm starting to think he's going to stay at Spurs, you know. I'm starting to think he's going to stay at Spurs, but you got to. I know you've got a new manager in Nuno. I know there's that new transfer guy, and I think he's going to make a 1-2 good signings for Spurs. But he's at that age now. What is he like? I'm terrible with ages, but he must be same age as Pogba, like, or even older. Kane might be 29. In fact, you know, he's been around for a while. In fact, I'm chatting crap. He's 27, so he's got a while still. He's 28 later. Fair play. It's all good talking about a rebuild, but let's say if we go on what they typically say with football, a rebuild is what 3 to 4 years. Obviously, how old is he gonna be then? Now that's great if you're, I don't know, Dane Scarlett and them young G's that are in and around the team. But you know, 3 to 4 years, Kane might even be someone they need to replace. So he needs to kind of do something now. So that's where, yeah. So that's where I'm at with Kane. You know, again, but if you ain't got 100 mil, you're not getting Harry Kane. So it's a bit of a myth. I hope Palace have a plan too, man, because bro, the league is gonna be very, very difficult if you do not have a plan, bro. If Kane stays, he gets a statue at Spurs. Why would you want a statue of the toilet seat? Why would you want a statue next to a toilet seat? It don't make sense. Bro, if Czech gets his way, you're getting a good player. Still needs to develop, but you're getting a good player. Hello, hell yeah, DG, loving this neutral transfer stream video. Appreciate that, man. What's a good window for Arsenal, and where do you think you will finish, bro? If we don't sign anyone significant, it's more of the same, isn't it? And a good window for me, without getting into names, because I try to avoid that and I don't really like doing that. You don't sign a right back, you don't sign a centre half, you don't address the middle of the park with one minimum, two serious club signs, 2 midfielders. It's a myth for me. You might as well pack up and forget it, because it's a myth. It's an absolute myth, man. I'm a Celtic fan, first time here. Seems a chill stream. Keep up the good work at Deluded Gunas. Appreciate that. Hit the sub button. You know you're in for it, man. You know you're in for a good one, man. Man said, would you swap Smith Rowe for McGinn? I love McGinn, but you're having me on there, aren't you? Watch DG to get away from United, and that's it. And that's it. Amazing content. Apologies, man. Apologies. Kakare's a baller. Absolute baller, man. But I can't see it happening, man. What else have we got? What else are you lot saying? DG, you should be an Arsenal scout, brother. Hopefully you do. Bro, as much as I like Arsenal, bro, I got no loyalty to them in that regards, bro. As much as it would be my dream to work for them, I'd fucking work at Spurs. Spurs offered me, I did. And I'd want Spurs to be the best club in the world in that case. Same goes for United, same goes for anyone. Like, can't be owing man loyalty in that, man. It's a bit of a myth in that regards, man. Oh, shit. Thought someone sent me some other transfer stuff. One of you added me saying, but it's just praise for the content. I appreciate that, man. Bro, you just followed me and you're talking about collabing. I don't know if you're sincere. Get fuck out of here, man. Bro, we should have got Paredes time ago. He was begging to join. Well, he was begging to leave his club, but it is what it is, man. It's a joke thing, man. DG the best, better than the rest, known from east to west. I appreciate that. That might have to be a chance, man. You could definitely get a job as a scout for a top professional club. Well, to be fair, on my CV, I actually do. But you see the thing about being a scout, yeah. Many of the best scouts, bro, you're just gonna do it for petrol money, bro, because it's very political. Like I've told you lot before. Like I'm in North London, right? Let's say it's a political one. So you'll start off on a part-time deal. Let's just say you listening, you're the chief scout, but you don't rate my opinion. Yeah. And I'm in North London. I found the next Jadon Sancho, the next Bukayo Saka, Curtis Jones, Messi, all of these guys. I found them. I've said, cool, they're good. I've got their parents' numbers and all them things. I've let them know that it could be a trouting. But then I give it to you, who, like I said, you're the chief scout, right? And you're not taking me seriously. You might not rate me. You might not whatever in it, but for some reason you're not following it up. Then you're gonna miss it, and this happens, and this can lead to frustration. And then it does become heartbreaking. Oh, the beat. I'm gonna get twisted. I got a kid at Leighton Orient now. Watford were begging to keep him. Get me, man. Do my thing on a little slide thing here and there, man. Shout to the people in the industry that have thrown man little bones and this pause here and there. DG, in your opinion, what's the best centre back partnership in the world currently? That's difficult off the top of my head, bro. Is there one? I would have said Thiago Silva and Marquinhos, so that one there's gone. It's probably them Italian brothers when they play for Italy and Benucci and Chiellini off the top of my head. Good question, man. I wish I had more preparation time, man. Do you think Werner will find his scoring feat next season? To be fair, it's sad to see. You know, Werner's a weird one. It's like it doesn't make sense, but he does everything right apart from scoring. Like, and that's where he gets in the team ahead of someone like Tammy. He makes the runs. He does, like you saw for Germany, he does everything right, but he doesn't score. I don't know, man. It's down to him because it's a confidence thing, man. He don't believe in himself when he's in front of goal. He looks like in general, he looks, and I remember the last World Cup, he looks like he gets himself too down and stuff like that. There's people that miss comedic chances like him, but they get up and go again. Aubameyang typically, you know. So if he sorts out the mentality and believes in himself a bit more, then I'd say anything's possible, really. Varane update, I don't have anything, man. I don't have anything, but he looks, you know, last you heard is he's going United, didn't it? I like Bruno Gomes. Since he's gone to Lyon, I ain't heard too much or he ain't been making too much of a scene. But yeah, man. I know it's heartbreak, but what do you think happens next to Christian Eriksen? Hopefully he's able to play football. You know, I think I saw a report that he stepped out of hospital now. So hopefully he's able to play football again, man. I hope so. You know, be sad if it ends that way. Billy Gilmour to Norwich on loan, but brother couldn't have picked a better one. You know, I think he'll learn a lot there. You know, technically he's going to be in a relegation battle, so he's going to need to be consistent. Let's be real. There was a couple of times Billy Gilmour played amazing last season, but there was times he was a bit anonymous. That's not his fault. He's trying to get consistency. So playing on a regular basis, playing at a club where there's expectation. They don't care that you're a young player for Chelsea. They see that you're a talented player. You're coming into the club and they care about what you can do. So now it's not Cobb and Wonder Kid anymore. It's real life football now. Can you do the job? If you're not, you're out the team sort of thing. So there's that. Playing on a regular basis, there's that. I think he's at a good team, you know, where they play technical football. You know, you can't just loan someone out for the sake of it. You know, you need to pick the right club. And Norwich, I'm not going to say Norwich and Chelsea play the same way, but the ethos is similar in that they want to play football and there'll be a lot for him. Ultimately, he'll come back a stronger player for Chelsea. Now, I don't know what the dynamic will look like at Chelsea next season. If his chance will come, if certain players leave, so he can open up a chance. But I think Billy Gilmour is to Norwich is a very good signing. You know, very good signing. It's not the same, but it gives me similarities of when Mason Mount went to not Derby but Vitesse. In that, you know, I think that was the best loan spell for him because he was playing in Europa. He was at a team that played real good football. And for me, I'm happy to see that it's been sorted out early. So he's at preseason early. So it's down to Billy Gilmour. What Billy Gilmour's got to do now is not think about Chelsea. You know, deal with Norwich and everything else will take care of itself, in my opinion. Morning, Noah. Hope you're good. I would love Basuma at Arsenal, but that one there's a myth, man. That one there's a big myth. You ain't gonna see that, are you? Really? Who's the backup keeper at Arsenal? Well, at this moment in time, probably one of them academy dons, man. Playing under his broski as well. You're right, man. DG to replace the earpod done next to Arteta. Kill me, man. You lot kill me. What else are you lot saying, man? Ramos and Marquinhos could be sick. I'm gonna say could because until I see him holding the shirt, it's dead. I've been watching the highlights. I've seen Messi do his madness at Copa America. I've seen Brazil, but yeah, man. I was gonna do a final watch along, but that's at 1 a.m. English time. I'm gonna be asleep, man. I'm not gonna cap, man. I like morale, but let's leave that. Do you think if Raheem Sterling wins top goal scorer at the Euros, could he win the Ballon d'Or? Probably not. Renato Sanchez to Liverpool or Arsenal? God knows, man. If I had to pick, I'm picking Liverpool. Right, because they've won stuff more than us. They're in Europe. They're a bit more of a serious club than us at this moment in time. But obviously, if he wants to join his boys at Lille, obviously, that could tip the balance. Keep up the good work, brother. I like your honesty. I appreciate that, Justin. I think Billy will do well, but it's about consistency. There's no point being a baller if you can't do it twice a week or 10 games in a row. If you drop below 7s, 8 out of 10. And he's a young man, he's gonna have to learn that. There are gonna be some times he's gonna be poor. And Falca knows that. And obviously Falca, like someone said, he's a fellow German. He knows the thing when it comes to these youth players, man. Big up DG. Who would you say is Arsenal's #1 target? I don't know who our #1 target is, bro. I don't know no one that works for Arsenal. And would you sell Lacko or Oba to raise funds for a new striker, bro? Realistically, what's Aubameyang bringing in? They're not bringing in funds that's going to allow me to get Isaac or whatever. So I would sell Lacazette just because of the contract, but I wouldn't be doing it in with that in mind. Kimberly said, thoughts on Bundesliga transfers and any predictions for top tier teams next season? Admittedly, I don't know any transfers that have happened in Bundesliga. You put me on the spot. Bundesliga transfers, though. See what's happened. See what's happened so far. Has Schick moved yet? Well, to be fair, what you look at Bayern Munich, saying, I mean, well, obviously, you hear Noni Madueke from PSV to Dortmund and Daniel Marlin. If they do that, that's significant signings. I don't think either is at the level of Jadon Sancho, but it's decent, isn't it? So it is what it is. In relation to predictions, not a clue, man. Not a clue. I hope Stuttgart do a madness because obviously Mislintat's there. But you look at Bayern Munich, bit meaty. You know, it's a couple loans have ended, but they've brought in, you know, Omar Richards. I don't think it's going to last long for him there, but you can't from Reading to Bayern Munich. I can't begrudge him. Upamecano's a big signing. You know, they've lost Alaba, which is a L. You know, Dantas didn't become a permanent one. Nubel apparently has gone on a 2-year loan spell. Look at Leipzig. Oof. They brought in this Gavidel brother. Now, for him, you saw him play in the Euros. He needs to learn a lot. He's very inexperienced and he does dumb stuff. You saw it already, didn't you, people? Where one of the goals Croatia conceded, where he's drinking a water bottle, he's tried to dash it and then get back into position. Please stop spamming. Your ish won't get red. Moderators, anyone spamming, please block. We haven't got patience for that. Andre Silva, I don't really rate Andre Silva, but he seems to have purple patches, so I guess that's a good signing for Leipzig. Mohamed Sinkoman is someone I wanted from Salzburg, as I've made videos before. I think he's going to be a very good signing for them. Brian Brobley, I'm keen to see what he offers after joining on a free, so I'm keen to see what he happens. I don't really rate Benjamin, so we'll see. And these young G's are going back on loan and that. So yeah, out. We've seen that. Wrong. I wonder how they're going to cope losing their 2 centre halves, though, man. Upamecano and Canute. To be fair, Leipzig and these teams, they're booky. They find these replacements. Koulibaly, from what I hear, he's a decent young player as well. That was at PSG. Apart from that, it's a bit of a myth. You know, this guy's techie as well. I've done a video on him and then deleted it. He actually played against Spurs at youth level, and I need to do another video. He made his debut last year. He's a player I like a lot. Very positive winger. Sergio Gomez. Raw. Swear down you went Anderlecht, bro. Raw. People were up in arms when this guy left Barcelona. Swear down you went Anderlecht. Raw. You're still young in that. 20 years of age. Didn't expect that to happen, bro. See, this is where sometimes these moves don't always bang. You know, Brighton signed a young lad that left Charlton, Sacramento or something like that. He's now signed, returned from Portugal. Chris Willock, it didn't work out at Portugal. Okaflex, didn't work out at Celtic. Amici, it didn't work out in Germany. it doesn't always work out. And it doesn't mean these are failures, but this is what I mean. People always say, go abroad, go abroad. You don't always go abroad and turn into Jadon Sancho. It's one of them ones there. Sergio Gomez, that's a shocker there, man. Don't know too much about this guy, but just off the basis of him being 18, you're on DG's radar. Pause from a footballing sense. You know, my thing is only football. We don't do them beakiness round there. Disclaimers. So yeah, man, it is what it is in that regards. Decent. Where else can we scroll down to? Really know what going for them, man. Leverkusen, Restos, and he ain't really hit the ground running. Union Berlin, tired. Where else have we got? Good question. Arias, you know, Gladbach. Well, these are all returns from loans. Don't know too much about the Wolves, brother. Stuttgart, done good business. You know, done very good business, in my opinion, so far. With them signings there. I don't know why it doesn't say Mavropanos is back. Yeah, no one else has done anything significant. Raw, Kevin Pim Boateng. Raw. Still getting moves. Shout out to you. So yeah, man, there doesn't appear that nothing else is of significance, but that's how I feel. In relation to predictions, I'd have to circle back on that question for you, man, really. Good question, though, Kimberly. Appreciate that. Super chat, appreciate that. DG, on the 23s team, that people don't talk about enough is Lens/Monaco Yusuf Fofana. Is that the one that used to play for, not Salzburg? There's another team. If not, in fact, you're talking about the midfielder, innit? Let me see, because there's so many Fofanas. Are you talking about the one of Lens? Yeah, the 26. No. We're talking about two different ones. Unless you're talking about the Salzburg one, the one that was at Salzburg or one of them teams. I was thinking of Sedu Fofana of Lens. Let me do my research. See what going for this guy. Yeah, this is the one that used to play for Fingy as well. Done a video on this, brother. Yeah, Strasbourg. I did. Yeah. Oh, he had me doubting myself. I've done a video. I like him a lot. He's gone to Monaco, though, like you said. So Monaco have done very good getting him and Tushimani. I think he's a very good player. He is gonna get even better. Had me doubting myself. Do I know this player? Let me do my research. He's a good player, man. He needs to work on a bit more consistency. Sometimes his passing is a bit inaccurate. So yeah, man. Love for the super chat, but that's how I feel. I don't know nothing about that Paul brother, but I see that his agent said he would love to go to Arsenal, man. No, don't do that. I don't know for our goalie, because the goalies I want, we can't get him. Like, we can't get them, so there's no point. The goalies I want, you can't grab them, man. E.g., if Pogba, Hakimi, Donnarumma, see, I even forgot about Donnarumma signing for them as well, and two of them are free transfers as well. All signed for PSG. Do you think they have the best team in the world in every position, as in defense, including goalie? Probably, but again, typically the best team don't win much, man. I think Leon Bailey's a baller, man. Sorry, bro. Off-topic question. Do you think we'll be alive to see the first $1 billion player? Well, the way football's going, you never know, man. Do you think next season will decide Pepe's future at Arsenal? I think this season should have. I think if you play him, we're never going to see... He's not going to be a flag bearer and like a Mo Salah for us, but he can be a difference maker, man. So, yeah, man. I don't know if it'll be streamed on Twitch. I don't know what's best for Charlie Patino's development, Yoni. We're just going to have to wait and see, bro. Really is what it is. Really and truly. But yeah, people, I think with that being an hour, I think I'm done for now, people. I need to eat, man. I'm hungry as hell. It's like 2 p.m. I've missed my lunch for this, so I'm going to eat, man. That chicken and rice is on deck. Please make sure you're at Italy versus Spain. Oh, he's a baller. KANE sick. Northampton region, lad. Very good baller. And yeah, make sure you're at England as well. I can't lie, I've loved it, but Ante's running on E, man. All I've been thinking about is food. If you want more of this neutral content, then let me know, and obviously I'll make it happen, but there's got to be things to talk about. So yeah, man, I'll catch you later for my third and final watch along. It's been a fantastic hour. Thank you very much for the super chat, my guy. Thank you very much to the moderators. Thank you very much for everyone that's been engaging in the conversation, adding their little pieces, asking a question. You know, if you haven't hit the sub button, hit the sub button. And yeah, man, I appreciate everyone, whether you're Arsenal fans or fans of other clubs. Like I've seen Villa, Chelsea, United all here. Everyone's offering their opinions. I appreciate it, man. So yeah, man, I'll catch you lot later, man, on that topic, man. Stay safe. I'll be back, man. Oh, we won't be back if I'm not going to finish. I'm out now.